We're going to be able to get ourselves going here. The action starts. I was just getting players into the lobby and things like that, and it all seems to be wrapping up quite nicely. This is now the second time I've ever casted Villa. I was over doing the ESL Premiership 2 weeks ago. Got to cast my first ever Villa then when we were looking at M&M Gaming going versus Team Secret. And now I've done a little bit more practice, a little bit more homework. I've been getting on the servers, I've been learning the names of all the rooms better and better. And I feel good and confident. We have got Ouroboros who do ban out Montagna initially, then Jackal is going to be banned out by Wee. And they're going to be able to obviously ban a defender too. Mirror, very, very standard ban. Could be Maestro, Echo. That's likely what I am expecting. I believe we are continuing with the rules that we had through the Qualifier series. Ooh, we are getting a pulse, man. That's very interesting. Okay. I dig it. And if we do get to those... okay, Ouroboros defending first. So they'll be waiting when it's going to be Wee that end up going to defense. So maybe they're hoping that, they're going to string some rounds together. They're going to play in the downstairs and, dining and kitchen and so on. I think that's where Pulse can be pretty damn deadly. To be fair, though, anyway, if Pulse is covering from below, even in the upper... the upper holes, it's still pretty goddamn scary. But we do get the action starting in a moment between Ouroboros and Wee. First lineup, we're going to go to Aviator and Games. Let me just quickly, just so I can see all the roster and everything straight up. All right, that's super helpful. Let me get the hell away from my face as well. This is it. This is way, way better now. And let's get to the thick of it a little bit. I've just remembered, I've got to do the observing as well now. So, again, I've been watching the Invitational recently. Been watching ESL Pro or anything like that. I'm sorry, I'm a man of limited multitasking abilities. But I will try my best to cover all grounds over here. As we do have Ouroboros. Get themselves off first on the defense with AVG room on hold. We've got a Dockerby, we've got a Zafir, Ying, Hebana, Buck. Okay. Logic bomb here could initiate something nice. I do quite like the setup that we've got from Wee. But with the Maestro and the Valk, gonna have a lot of camera, a lot of information for them to hold on to. But let's see, we've got the players coming up into Veranda now. Just checking quickly master bedrooms and sets. And they're quite aggressive to get themselves set up for this. There's a lot of droning going on. I want to see if I can figure out where are all the players holding on the enemy team. We've got Heisenberg. He's down in... I think he's down in... He's in the basement, actually. So he's a long, long way for the action. I do quite like that from Heisenberg. That is nice. But Study has now been taken. They've got to be careful. Nitro can be thrown over here a lot. So they definitely want to watch out for what's going on, but it looks like they want to flash into it. We've got frag grenades happening too. So much action going on the server. That is going to be Madman getting the first frag of the entire series onto Babu. That's the Jaeger that will be falling initially. Heisenberg is a long way from the action, so I just wanted to see where approximately he was playing at. He might be able to get onto a huge flank. They would have droned out quite a lot on the first floor. Now Heisenberg going up red stairs towards landing. There's going to be a player prone to... Oh, hello, mate. There's the freebie. There's the logic bomb being dropped. But Heisenberg now has some really good effect. Got to watch out for those Candelas, though, moving into Aviator. To find it, you've got to find the angle. Takes a while. Whole clip falls. Is that going to be a third? Not quite. Havoc is going to be able to shut down all the work that Heisenberg did. There's the diffuser going down into Aviator. So we can cover from the other side. See where they're happening. There is the Ying. Still an Aviator. Good coverage there. Havoc's going to be able to get out a little bit, but both of these players are tremendously weak. It's going to be freaky going down. Now Havoc's all alone. Looking down classical hallway. It's going to be a push in a second. There's going to be one. Diffuser not on just yet, but Pierre very good on the hold. There was a possibility of maybe the diffuser going down and still being able to hold that angle from landing. But Ouroboros are indeed going to claim the first round here. Right, let me have a quick look at the seeding once again, just to check. So it was Ouroboros who was seeded 5th, Wee 12th. So I would definitely put Ouroboros as favorites in this. I've been spectating some of their games, casting some of their games in the earlier stages of the Challenger Qualifier. And they've been looking good, to be honest. I saw them in a couple of shaky games. I think Wee looked a little bit less consistent, but Ouroboros overall been fairly solid. Don't worry, guys. There's like a 3-minute delay going on here as well. So if you say something in chat, I'm not going to be able to answer to you guys immediately. But don't worry. There will be very limited Zoot face cam for the duration of this best of 3. I promise. My toxic face is going to get the hell out of there. We focus on the game here.
Attackers need to locate and defuse.
Well, it's good to see all you guys in chat. Thanks very much for joining me here to watch this game. We are going to be going over to Trophy and Statuary here for round 2. Was pretty successful overall for Ouroboros, but I do like that Wee took a really quick control of the veranda, getting themselves into study. There was a super nice play from Heisenberg. Playing down in the basement. I mean, on Villa, not a lot of people are doing full droning of the basement whatsoever. So he's got on the vault, got his shutterbugs out, getting a lot of information, passing it over to the team.
5 seconds left.
And then on that huge flank that he went up the red stairs, I mean, they just had no idea why it hit them. First frag was a clean one. Second frag was a little more sloppy. That information should really have been shared around the entire team at that point. I can't remember who got killed on the second frag, but they really should have been aware that there was a vault climbing up the landing, towards the landing, and almost been pre-firing the angle, if anything. We are getting pushes right now outside of the master bedroom. Actually, only from Freaky. Where's Havoc? Yeah, he's upstairs. Okay, he's on the bar. We've got Sets also picking up as well.
Attackers have located a bomb.
We've got Madman over on the west side. But okay, we're making their way in. They're not taking a long time to do that, actually. 45 seconds to get themselves over into the closet and into Master. So there's lots of information. There's not a lot of slowing down. No one holding the Master bedroom or trying to force gunfights straight away. Let's have a look at some of the defensive positions. It was Heisenberg who was just fascinating to watch last time. He's down in bioscore storage. So again, he's quite far away. He's going to be looking for flanks. And it looks like he wouldn't have been droned out at this stage. So Heisenberg is just... You can do whatever the hell he wants. The lucky turkey, again, as I like to call it. We've got Mad Mouse, who manages to pick up frag number 1. That's there on the Maestro. Good angle there onto the window from Astronomy, but does get shut down by Sets eventually from Bathroom. Now Sets going to look in. Quick frag onto Pieda. Trying to look across. Heisenberg is floating around somewhere. I feel, is he going to come in soon? He's making quite a lot of noise for the time being, but he's going to hope to have a big effect. Pings from Madman here on the back stairs. They're surely going to come out. There it is. Absolute formality there. They do lose an eyeball in the process. That wasn't Heisenberg. Heisenberg is rushing up red stairs. And a slasher going towards Trophy. Diffuser is looking to get planted now. Through the smoke. Not going to pick up the frag. Sets. Manages to slow it down. Let's move over to Slasher now, who's in a 1 versus 3. There's pre-fire going on. He's trying to shut it down, but it's right behind the statue. That grenade also won't slow him down. I can't believe Havoc's actually pushed out. High angle being held from the Zofia. Has managed to find it. All those angles are covered from Statuary. A lot of pings happening, actually. He's going to need to go for that reload. Slasher is so low on health. There's the one player who's down, and they've gone all the way over to the landing. So at this point, you might need to look at a fake out. I do like what he's done, actually, with the goo mine. Sets. You got to start moving in, mate. Oh, he's so low on health. Oh my god, Ouroboros manages to defend it. It just took too much time. Didn't believe the fake whatsoever. You've got to give it some respect. But the coverage as well of the goo mine, knew that he had to slow down a little bit. Really nice clutch from Slasher. A little 1 versus 3 here in round 2, keeping Ouroboros in the lead. That's going to force them down to one of the downstairs defending sites. And they look like they're going to go to dining and kitchen. So I suspect we're going to see a little bit of coverage up above. From like of astronomy, bedroom, trophy, and so on. We're on 4,000 bitrate at the moment, guys. It should look all right. Really, really low bitrate. It should be 720p, guys. 4K bitrate, and you should be able to. There's quality option settings that you should be able to bring it up onto. Let me check.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Let me check my settings for you guys. Oh my god, I literally have to. I am streaming at 400, guys. I'm gonna have to restart the stream. Wait, let's see if it ups that. Hey, guys. Oh, I was fiddling with the. Alright, I just told you guys in chat, you're going to be able to hold on to 3 minutes. I was playing with the bitrate earlier because I was just looking at my connection and I forgot to add a 0.
5 seconds left before.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't have to restart the stream. Good news. What a shame that at 400 goddamn bitrate on that clutch, guys. It was a really, really sick move by Slasher. If you watch it maybe on your phone and you squint, like with one eye open, then you might have almost been able to see what was happening on the screen. You could possibly tell what game it is as well. Slasher, he was the man of the hour in the last round. And let's see where the defenders plan on attacking. Are they going to mix up how they've been working? They've been very quick to getting some positional control on the map.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
We are actually getting sharing a frag straight away. That is going to be the Mute and the Habana going down. The Madman's just holding inside. Another looking to get into astronomy. Like a lot of master bedroom control at the moment, and they're going to be opening up the floors a bit, getting that claymore to cover the rear stairs.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Just seeing what kind of vertical control they can get to make the room feel smaller for Ouroboros. And Buck is certainly good at this aspect. Can open up all those soft floors. Find where those angles are being held by. The hot spots. Oh, gotta watch out for those shots there. Going in for a bit of spam. Just spot the outline of the player. Oh, he does find a set. Takes down Babu. Good frag there from the Buck. That's exactly what you want your Buck to be doing. Madman manages to find it an amazing angle as well, actually. And though they know they've got an advantage, they do not want to throw it away like they did in the last round. It's not been 3 minutes yet, guys. It's been about 2 minutes. So hold on. Another minute of time. All's going to be gravy. It's going to be one more. Slasher. He did a 1 versus 3. He's got the logic bomb going out. We're not in TTS at the moment, so that logic bomb is not going to fall at all. There's another player there, but slow on the reaction. That is going to allow Wee to pick up their first round here in the open qualifier playoffs. Alright, hopefully that quality's setting in for you guys in a moment. I can see my bitrate jump up. If it doesn't fix in a minute, then let me know. I'm going to have to go for a very quick stream restart. But it should, fingers crossed, should be absolutely golden. I've only been streaming for about 7 or 8 years, so obviously, like, you know, a mistake I should definitely still be making at this stage. But, you know, let's move past that. I'm sensitive. Let's move into round 4. We are going to be able to go up to Aviator in games once again if they want it, and indeed they do. We do have Heisenberg on the mute again. I really like the Valve plays actually from Heisenberg in round 1. Really, really nice work holding down in basement, the late flank. But he knows he's got to be a bit careful on this occasion because they're probably going to expect that flank. If they're struggling to find some of the players as well, they really, really need to start getting that information. But Mute, with those jammers, going to be able to starve some intel from the drones. And they still have got some good camera setups. You know, Maestro is going to be able to contribute very well to it. And Slasher, I definitely wouldn't be thinking getting off the Legion anytime soon. He was absolutely pivotal to their success in round 2. That was immense. And I apologize ahead of time, Slasher, who might want to look back on the VOD and be like, oh, I want to see my clutch. And he's going to say, oh, there's 3 pixels on the screen. Fantastic. Looks like Randa is going to be attacked very quickly. 4 players up here. Getting that droning out. Madman on the Zofia. Poking open some holes in the windows. I do actually kind of want to check out what the quality of the droning is like. They look like study. Declared to be clear. Grenade out. There are smoke grenades to be used as well. I'm almost surprised that we don't see Glaz. I'm pretty sure Glaz didn't get banned.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Got that. Oh, okay. Rip. Heisenberg managed to find the frag there. Lockerbie, I think, was just hanging around for way, way, way too long. Heisenberg playing a little bit more of an anchor on this occasion. Wants to be careful from that landing angle. Oh, player, he kind of just... He repicks, it's like he does a double take or something, and it just didn't work out for him. It wasn't that unfortunate timing in some instance, but you've got to be so careful. You can't turn your back to those angles where there's so many of those players and making their way in. So there is a casualty. Are they getting someone to pick them up? Slasher is coming along to save the day. It's not the first time. And Freaky maybe looking for an opportunity to use those Candela. Still all Candela charges remaining. There it is. X-Karos is in. They'll block off. Very low down angles. Looks like they've not found anything that they were looking for. They're still checking down classical hallway. Sets is going to be able to tie things up. Eventually, Heisenberg gets taken down. And there's a goo mine eliminated. It's going to open up one more gap into Aviator. So a lot of holes. Get the prone in. You might be able to find some information, especially looking into the vault. Maybe even looking over towards the landing, looking towards the game room, depending if they've got enough space open. So Havoc is going to look to get down that diffuser in a second. Sets has been eliminated. Wait, Sets has been down at least. We have got the diffuser once again. We have got Wee Wee making their way nicely back in this. And Pieda from the vault does manage to find a player there through the hole X-Karos made. Look at that, 1 health essentially. So little. Not even half a stack with the 2 defenders combined. Both of those players on the outside. Still a lot of spamming going on. No funny business they want to be sure of. We're ticking down on time. He's going to go for a spam. He's going to get found straight away and not shortly after this teammate too. Madman locking down those 2 frags, and Wee got themselves 2 rounds on the board. At this stage, we are actually feeling like they've done a pretty good job on Villa so far. Everything I'm hearing is the stats are there's 60+% win rate for defenders. So that means really we need to see the next 2 rounds go the way of Ouroboros for them to feel probably comfortable in the half. If we get another round from Wee, they're probably feeling excellent looking into the second half. Hopefully all is good, by the way, guys. If you can give me a thumbs up. I'm going to assume by no one's complaining that everything is A-okay, but we'll see. We're going back into AVG, though. Not satisfied with their performance there. And the preferred bomb site of Villa. They are going to continue their hard work here. We've got this round and the next left for Ouroboros to do their defense. I suspect they're looking to stay on the top floor for the duration. Heisenberg going to go over to the Bandit now. Trying to help them close off that study a little bit more. Not too many changes at all, it looks like, over from the Wee players. I think it's the same lineup for them. I do like what they've been doing with the Ying as well, getting those Candelas into the aviator room,
10 seconds left.
getting their
before
player
insertion.
into the far corner, getting that diffuser down.
5 seconds to insertion.
Ying's been really, really pivotal, you know, in their strats, and I think they like it. They look really, really
Attackers
well
recover the
rehearsed
bomb
for
diffuser.
fighting
Attackers are
against
moving out to locate a
Games
bomb
Room and Aviator. Are we going to have that rush going onto Veranda, though, straight away? That's the question. Madman is usually out on the sides. We've got a lot of droning still happening. Have we still got a player up in ruins? Yep, Nyborg's up there. How do I, like, turn it? Can I turn it? Oh, check that out. Which was better? Ah, I like this way. Alright, we can see a little bit more now. Babu is a long way out of the Jaeger. And that's going to be a long flank. Well, he's got time. He doesn't need to come into the action straight away. He could just hang around. Just don't get any information on them. It's like Madman might be heading a bit closer towards the red stairs area. So I imagine Babu's going to meet up with him at some point. Mad Mouse also checking out the sides. It looked like with the players they've got outside of the side, they've got three anchors, sorry. Looking to possibly re-aggress later on, but this, what is, was it the south side? No, north side, wait. South side. Fully covered off. Let's see if we can get ourselves in a little bit. They are clearing downstairs a lot. They've been feeling pretty good about how they're playing so far. And what's found where one of those evil eyes are? Babu actually getting a little bit possessed. Can see over to Randa, but no one's sticking their head over the balcony or that short roof. So no love for him. And I like that. You've got to be holding long angles like this sometimes. You can't allow too much pressure to be coming in. And they're not all sticking themselves into the side, boxing themselves in. You've got to force them to slow down. You've got to make the stage where they're trying to gather information take as long as possible. Babu's been on the move again. Oh, there's a gun barrel spotted there. Madman has found somebody. It's like, there is a juicy amount of information right now. He just wants to rush in for it. That's going to be it. Finds Mad Mouse. Opening frag goes to Wee Wee. There's a bit more droning coming in. Havix is just going to launch his way through. Needs to be careful. Going to pull out the Kuma, but might get taken down from the side. The juice is going down. Finds the gas grenade. That is going to be Heisenberg also getting a kill with that Nitrocell. Well played by him. Not had a bad game. And do need to definitely take a look at the scoreboard following this. And it seems as if it's going to be Nyborg getting the diffuser. They're not going to be able to slow that down at all. So I want to stick with the defenders and see how are they coming back into this. Well, Pierre's not going to be able to do anything. Heisenberg's over in Vault. But where have all the attackers gone? A lot of them position themselves around Study. And that's Babu down. His teammate is dead. Player on classical hallway basically runs into the spam, but somehow manages to survive with very low health. There is a player prone in Aviator. But there it is, eliminated. There's just too little health remaining. That is going to be another round for Wee Wee. This is a really, really good attacking half from them. Really, really good. Let's have a look. Who's been the star players? We can see down on the side of Ouroboros, you know, Heisenberg top fragging there. A lot of really important lurking kills in the early stages of the game. Has had some impact in the later stages of the game to this stage. But Madman with 8 kills, sets on 6. I believe Madman, if I'm not mistaken, has also been playing around with Epsilon a little bit. I know that he's been like in and out of the roster. I don't have a huge understanding of it because in the UK ESL Premiership there's been a lot of moving around from players in different teams, and I know no more than 30 ping guys moved into, I think it was Epsilon.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And Madman seemed to not be around with them at the beginning of that. And off topic of this specific match again, saw that the Mocket guys looks like they've just been brought out by Na'Vi. So having Natus Vincere in Siege, that's really, really good news. Natus Vincere, they're like they are a major organization. And them showing their interest into Rainbow Six Siege is super, super promising for the future of Siege Esports.
10 seconds left.
And credit to Ubisoft. They've been doing a wonderful job themselves with their
5 seconds
investments,
left.
their roadmaps. there's definitely a game that
Attackers
is striking
recovered the bomb
interest in a lot of the big
Attackers
esports
must
organizations that
locate
aren't
and defuse
already
the bomb.
involved in it. Here we are here in Statuary and Trophy. The droning, are they droning down basement? No, I don't know if they are droning in basement. Heisenberg again, anchoring a little more. I feel they've made a change in the lineup to stop Heisenberg flanking around so much, and you know, but Babu's been doing it. Babu, I don't think is on the board yet. No, not on the board yet. Heisenberg is doing a great job of it. I don't know why he stopped all of a sudden. All right, we've got a logic bomb coming out. See if we can catch any information from that.
Bomb located by attackers.
But they're not going to be able to any action. Here, this is the time when you can have an impact. Not overcommitting to the angle at all. Ooh, what's that?
Attackers have
Was that?
located
I
a
think that
bomb.
was Nightbot that was on the side. Player being found. Evil Eye as well. Player even pinged out. Wants to keep that drone alive still. And now we're starting to have the Wee Wee guys move into closet. Freaky opens up on Heisenberg. They lose their bandit straight away. Getting rid of some ADS. That frag grenade there. Not getting a whole lot of damage, I think. There's Pedro, who maybe suffered a little bit. But in another way, they would have got rid of any of the bandit batteries, so the damage is kind of meaningless anyway. It's all about being able to open up some of these angles. Pieda might be in a sticky situation. Shouldn't be able to find anyone immediately. Mad Mouse will eliminate Madman. That's all the way from Trophy, actually. There was another player over in Astronomy. So on this occasion, Ouroboros looking fairly good at the moment to take this important 6th round. They really, really, really need this one. Otherwise, I definitely favor Wee Wee in order to get the first game, or the first map of this series. And it's all about the holding right now. Peter, is he actually going to go in? That logic bomb ruins a lot. Wants to go in aggressive, does knock the player down. Peter making a strong play on this occasion. Slash is going to find another. It is just Freaky left. 1 versus 3. 1 versus 2 with 15 seconds remaining.
15 seconds to go.
There's a player just on the side, the
10
trophy
seconds
entrance. One right beside the bomb and statuary. Not going to find it. Ouroboros are going to secure their 3rd round. And we're going to be 50-50 at the end of the first half. Slightly making it back. I feel like Ouroboros would have been a lot more comfortable, obviously, with 4-2, especially on a map as defensive-sided as Villa. But we're yet to see how they're performing on the offense. Here on Villa, at least. So we'll see if they can bring the game to them. You know, all the power to them. Basically, we have given us a very good impression in the first half, so it's for them to carry on, to build a little bit of momentum. They're on the defensive side. They'll be happy with their results, but do not sit too comfortably. So we are going to get Echo. Echo is going to go into Clash, actually. That's very interesting, actually. I don't know if Ouroboros will expect that 6-pick into Clash, but they will notice it shortly thereafter. Particularly
Need to locate
moving away
and
from
defuse
Echo.
as many bombs as they can.
So we do have the Thatch, Mab, Sophia, Habana, and Buck. So else we do have the Doc. We get an ACOG out here. Alex on Smoke. We got Freaky
Bomb located
on
by
the
attackers.
Jaeger. Nibot on the Flash, and Madman on the Legion. See how they want to hold in this occasion. Very curious how Nightbot's going to be used to strongest effect.
10 seconds left
They've
before
locked
insertion.
out Games Room for the moment.
5 seconds.
They've done a lot locking out. They have opened a little rotation hole.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
There's more than a
Attackers
murder
are
hole,
moving to
definitely, from
defuse
Games
the
Room
bomb.
into study, but let's find out. We're going to have 5 players spawning in the ruins. Now, what we were really good at was getting into the study by the time 45 to 60 seconds of being killed. They started getting some position already. They cleared out the main stairs and started looking down classical hallway. They did really, really well on this. And then also having a player moving up northern area. That is going to be, though, first strike for Jada. Takes down the Legion, actually. Big, big kill. There's going to be 3, maybe 4 Goo Mines of maximum that they have to worry about. Now they can ping out the clash to one another and realize exactly what they're going to be dealing with. Oh, you just stare them down. Warning fire. Do not mess. Heisenberg hoping someone pulls himself out of position, but they should surely know that there is a line of sight to the veranda. Babu, who is on the board now, actually. He got himself on the board. We've got a lot of players for Ouroboros downstairs. But this clash from Nobel is slowing things down a lot. Got the stun grenades, going to blind a little bit. Nobel, I can see a lot of information. You can see on the staircase, can see close to veranda there by study. As I here's some intel. Good luck taking me down for the moment. They've killed off a lot of utility already. Can just back up, kill the clock a little bit. Again, Pieta holding another angle. Mad Mouse. By classical in case they want to get funky with some rotations. That Claymore will definitely help out. So the Claymore on the floor has been spotted. Surely he's not going to move any further. It's too visible. And it looks like Ouroboros. Are they lost a little bit to get past this clash? Because almost not really stepping out of line whatsoever. Has got to be careful that his side's not showing to study. But they need to start pushing forward into both of these rooms. They need to start forcing the gunfight from study, where Nibor isn't able to cover straight away. Peter manages to find one around the side. Still got good health at the moment. The buck is going to be down. So, yeah. Recovering on the floor. Not sure if they can pick it up. But we're sub 15 seconds. Where's Babu going to go? The gas grenades are coming out. They've managed to open up with the X-Kairos. He's going to get the diffuser planted. Needs good coverage. Right, here we are. Totally dazed and confused for the moment. Babu's still managing to get down. Now Nibor on his own switches over to the SMG, but that is no love. Eventually pushing in. They left it to the very, very last moment there. They did manage to win out an important gunfight. I was worried. I think there's a player near landing. Eliminating that player, that could have totally slowed down everything and forced them off of the diffuser. But again, they go in as a team. They got someone who can cover the angles for them. And more importantly, can at least act as a sort of meat shield at the very worst. Nibor did absolutely fine in terms of slowing everything that Ouroboros were trying to do. But unfortunately, the frags just didn't come in for them. Let's see where we're sitting at the moment. Madman sets, leading the way for Wee Wee. Got Slasher up at the top for Ouroboros. Pierda and Heisenberg not looking bad as well. Heisenberg hasn't had any frags, I think, since the first half yet. I don't think he got on the board in that last round, but
attackers need to
still very, very good in the initial part of the game. It looks like they do want to go over to Statuary and Trophy. Despite losing initially in AVG, they are moving away. And remember that Ouroboros are the higher seed by quite some margin. They are 5th seed, whereas Wee are 12th. So Ouroboros need to have some confidence, need to have faith in their ability. And they'll be able to push themselves to the next map with a point advantage. And it is best of 3s, remember.
5 seconds to insertion.
When I was picking this game as well, despite the difference in the seeding, from what I've seen between the two teams, I felt like there was the opportunity for this. It's not a blowout type of game. I feel like we got a very competitive game over here. Ouroboros seem more confident in their ability, but I feel like we can definitely challenge this one hard and get themselves over to the next round. Remember, there is also a lower bracket in the Open Qualifier playoffs. Oh, we got Madman on a little bit of luck. This basement. Into that west entrance. Yeah, there's the top 4 teams that get through this Open Qualifier playoff, they actually make it into the Challenger League. We've got a double elimination bracket, so if you lose your first match, still got a chance to come back. I think a lot of people are looking at M&M Gaming to be the guys making out in first place, not just out of this qualifier. Getting themselves into the Challenger League and actually having a good shot at getting themselves over to Pro League. That's the dream ultimately. M&M have been working really, really hard on their game. That's where you want to be finding yourself. Just moves away for a moment. As you find it, there is a pixel there. No one poking through. That's staying well back. Heisenberg's moved away and is like, man, I am so weak. Needs another stun grenade, I think, to properly down him so they can be picked up again. Yep, there we go. He gets himself to 50 health. We're obviously again not on TTS, so we have no pickups onto 20 HP, which I think is going to reduce the amount that we're going to be seeing people downing teammates in order for healing. There's just negligible benefits at that stage. Havoc's has been spotted. We're almost 60 seconds left in this round, and we have 10 players alive. Something here is going to have to change soon. We've got this bathroom control for Ouroboros. They've opened up a lot of angles, but we have set themselves well back. Pieta there opens up on the Zofia. And that is Maestro down. Actually, I thought I saw Nibald picking up their clap. I was just looking back to the operator select screen. And Cog looking through to Trophy, not going to find one. Havoc is going to take down Heisenberg. Havoc was sitting in there the whole time. They actually did manage to drone him out, so maybe just looking to force the gunfight. Have a little bit of confidence. You need to start moving through soon. 15 seconds to go. Player's been found. He is going to win the gunfight. Slasher doing well. Another proned on the floor. It is just Madman left, and there's sub 10 seconds to go. Fabio and Pieta, they're surviving. Shooting the hat. Their head goes down. Time is about to run out, and that is going to be Wee taking the round. Oh my god. A little bit of a passive angle taken by the last player alive for Ouroboros. And that allowed him to go in for the kill and just quickly step away with what, half a second left on the clock. With 1 or 2 seconds left, I think at that stage you just want to get yourself in front. You just want to make sure that the diffuser is definitely going to go down. I guess you've got to watch out, because if you do get down, then, well, good luck to the diffuser. But there was still some exposure for the diffuser. That's a big problem that they had there. And what is it? The angle that the player covering the diffuser had was really, really marginal. I think he could actually go for the frag on the diffuser with barely any risk involved.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
A Madman over on 11 right now. Set's not doing too badly at all on 7, but 11 frags Madman. He is flying away with this. Is first to 7, of course. We go 6-6. We will be getting overtime. We haven't got any special rules at all for overtime. It is just going to be, if overtime is here, it will be first to 8. So a little best of 3 on rounds.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion.
I got it back on the class. We're now at AVG.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Phase will
Attackers
commence.
are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
5 players on the side. I was holding those main stairs. We had a lot of the Ouroboros players coming through the main lobby last time. And Nibot was just chilling on the stairs, backing off into Classical. They knew the Classical hallway was well covered as well. That's also, you got to be careful. If you got 4-man pushes, it's like, well, okay, there's not much for a flank. The prong is imbalanced. Madman is definitely someone we've got to look out for. This guy has been amazing. And it looks like he's trying to be a bit more proactive on this occasion. I bought, covered well for some teammates later on in the round. It was trying to get them to have a fighting angle. Well, I think Madman maybe wants to benefit a little bit more. However, he would have been noticed with that drone, so that plan could have just hit the fan. So now what's spotted on the flash. Capital, actually. Choking out Nibot quite a lot. Has to be careful on the veranda. He's going to completely back out of this. Has got the dock there for healing, so that's enormously helpful. Madman, this is a player to watch a little later. This guy's been stunning so far. He'll be looking to pick up some more kills. And looks like they're not hedging their bet. Well, sorry, they're not gambling too much on just one position. They're spread out a lot more on this occasion. The players of Ouroboros. The Slasher wants to come up and join the action. Karis can open up a couple more angles. Babu.
Knock, knock.
Been fairly quiet this game. Was going to be able to open up a few more angles. Sets is going to get the first. Spamming through the bar. Pieta not going to be able to take him down. Set's still alive. Has he got any? No more stim pistol charges left. And holding from the vault to push AVG, but that smoke. Havoc's doing a really good job as well. Shutting down. Limited amount of time left. Slasher is going to die. Madmass on the return, but there's now 2 players left for Ouroboros. Moving in, so there is a player to the right. At some point, he might just have to go in and spam, but there's going to be a player covering the other side. So this is really, really difficult. Pieta has downed him. The Madmouse has to find the opening over into the vault. But there it is. Nope. This is just impossible now. You just can't do anything. You got the clash on your back. Not able to open it up fast enough. Again, it's a really good slowing down. The clash pick has been effective for them. And it feels like Ouroboros are being a little more hesitant in terms of getting some map control going forward. It took them a long time to get towards the study. And that's what I liked about Wee. They were very urgent. There's a huge sense of urgency in terms of we're going to take positioning now in round 8. We're now in the study. Now we can kind of branch out a little bit. We're going to force out a positional mistake from the enemy or force out them wanting to fight us. Which, depending on the outcome, you can call a mistake or a success. So it looks like Clash 6 pick into Valk with Capital over into Maverick. And with these 2 successful rounds that we've just had for Wee, they are going to be down to Dining and Kitchen.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
We've got the vigil too.
Bomb located by attackers.
Who are they going to send upstairs as well? Freaking up in astronomy for a brief moment. Well, I'd surely imagine I'll have some players upstairs, even if they're on flanks of some sort. Even if you go down,
10 seconds
actually
remaining.
no. I have someone in master bedroom, bathroom here. They got sets out there. He might be looking to open up some cameras.
Attackers recovered the diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
He's just gonna run out from it. Freaky needs to get on the lurk a little bit. Madman with Echo. Got those yokai set up. Just the barbed wire. No open angle there, of course. The check
Drone
out
activated.
the attackers so they can get their droning through. We do have Twitch actually being picked on this occasion. What I can actually get from the Twitch, there's not loads of things the Twitch can deal with. If you can find a yokai drone, then brilliant, but IQ could have done a good job of that. I really just want to put it on the guns. Sets is up to double as well, actually. So it's been a good upstairs hold at the moment from Wee. They've killed a minute and a half of time. I feel like when Ouroboros were holding upstairs, they had fewer people guarding this side.
Attackers have dropped the
There's
bomb
a lot
diffuser.
more in the side. There's going to be Nibot who picks up 2 actually on the Legion. Another player, he's looking to push a little bit harder. Still roaming around. Not really many players to find though. Can't find him. This is a good round at the moment for Wee. They're looking at putting themselves on map point. Only Babu remaining. No clutch whatsoever. Just getting picked off across the map. It seems so spread. Losing out all those gunfights. Signs of confidence at the moment from Wee. One bit of information I don't have is actually who picked which map. I can confirm to you what map we'll see next. We are going to go to Border next. FYI. Map man after 12 now. It's a race against sets. Smoke into Bandit. They have Trophy and Statuary to hold. They can find themselves 1-0 up in the series. And in terms of who they play next, they will play against... Oh, actually, I think I'm going to be casting this game afterwards, by the way. The winner of this goes against the winner of Fours or Existence. That is a cool match, actually. That Fours versus Existence, that's a great match. I can't remember who's casting that one, actually. But hopefully I'll get the winner of that versus the winner of this game, and that should be really, really, really exciting.
Bomb located
Especially
by
Fours who are just steaming through the field on the Qualifier 4. So I think they won the 4th qualifier to get themselves into the Open qualifier. So they built a lot of momentum, going from being outside of qualifying into the Open playoffs into suddenly getting 4th seed. They did really, really nice. There's a lot of shouting. I find it very intimidating. It's just a light. What are you talking about? So we've got the Valkan Maestro combo on this occasion. Mad Mouse has decided to go for the IQ. I like this. It is important, but the disadvantage they have right now, they've got to win one of the next 2 attacking rounds. If they don't win, if they do win this, they probably have to attack AVG afterwards anyway. A couple of drones getting taken down. Madman. He's looking good for the flank later on. Someone will try and keep up with him again in about 60 seconds time. I imagine where he's going to start to play a bit more. Slasher. Okay. So let's find one with the nade. That's going to be the Bandit waving goodbye. Be careful peeking in. Gonna try his luck maybe. Searching, but it depends how far across does he want to peek. Oh, sets. Caught out just then. That was a marvelous shot from him, actually. And he's being pretty aggressive, actually, in his positioning. He's looking out everywhere. Now has vacated the area. Wants to reload. Still 40 bullets left in the chamber, but why have 40 when you can have double that at least? Map holes. Gonna make a couple more. There's a lot of proning going on around Trophy, around Astronomy.
Clear.
So now's a good time to check out Madman and see what he's doing. Actually, he's still around the kitchen dining area. He's still waiting. There's not been too many moves made just yet. So he can still ruin the dreams, actually, of Ouroboros. I feel like Madman's going to be crucial. If they do manage to get themselves on the site, they do manage to get those positions they need later on, they still need to work out where Madman is, and I don't think they know. They don't have a clue. But it's being ever so slow to get where they want to get, just behind the office there. Thrown in to try and find something. Doesn't go in for the spam. It's going to presume someone, but Freaky is just perfect with it. That is going to be one player left. It is Heisenberg. He's got less than 10 seconds to do something. They're convinced someone's on the staircase, spamming out, all the information being given. Freaky just need to land something. Is going to find it with the pistol in the end. That is going to be the first map going over to Wee Wee. 7-4 for them. Solid victory. We are going to be heading over to border in just a few moments. But congrats to them. Really nice one for them. See what's the scoreboard's looking like there. Sets actually managed to eventually overtake Madman, but like that last round looked... After the amount of time that had been killed, it just looked impossible for anything to get done for Ouroboros. They got caught out on that one. We can... right, I'm going to go to my face cam maybe for a second while I sort this out. I need to sort out my overlays and stuff now. Oh, I can set it. I'm being an idiot. We'll get to the next game in a second. Hold up. Oh, it did make it over to border. Right, I think we're basically there, so we can move back into here. Let's see if they're prepared to go. So it looks like Ouroboros taking a minute for a second. We'll move back into the match in a few, and we can see where exactly this one's going to be taking us. Who actually have any of the matches been closed out yet? Let's do a little refresh of the brackets. It's best of threes to play, so I suspect not, but if it's really one-sided series, an hour, I suspect we'll start to see some results coming through in the next 15 minutes. We've got some interesting matches that are going on. There's Nariki versus God Save Our Queen. I'm expecting Nariki, their second seed. I'm expecting Nariki to go kind of far in this. I'll be very surprised if they don't get themselves into winner bracket semi-finals, I believe. It's very tough to tell between the section that we're in right now with Ouroboros, Wee Wee, Existence and Fours, who will go up to the semi, and most likely playoff versus M&M. I think M&M is going to be good for their round of 16, good for their quarterfinal. You do have the likes of Nordic as well. Oh, they need 5 minutes. All right, so we might actually... So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to head us over to a break. I can get some water. I can get some light refreshments. We are one map into the series at the moment. So, yeah, get yourself something as well. And we'll be back in just a couple of minutes' time with more of the Challenger League Open Playoff qualifiers. Alright guys, welcome back. We should be going into it. Hold on a second, these guys are wondering. Alright, so it looks like we're going. Going. Welcome back to the stream, guys. The players are ready. I'm ready. Everything's ready. It looks like Havoc's just had a couple of very minor internet issues, so they just wanted to try and solve their problems as soon as possible. Hopefully, looking good. I want to, touch anything that is vaguely lucky that we don't get any rehosts at all. We didn't have any in the first map, so hopefully we have none in this map too. We are entering border though. Things switch around. We're going to have Ouroboros now on the attack, Wee on the defense to start with. So Wee do get the first ban, which they're going to eliminate the Glaz. Now Ouroboros going to get rid of 2 for their first action phase on attack. We are going to say goodbye to Ying. We're very effective with Ying on Villa, actually. I can confirm as well that we picked Villa. That was their spot. We're now on Ouroboros' map. So... if things go as set out in the prophecy, then we should be finding ourselves onto a tiebreaker map. We're going to have Mirror Echo banned out in the final stages of this. Now we can get set off here into map 2. Now this is not quite as defensive-sided as Villa, but every map in the competitive pool still is defensive-sided to some degree. So if you're getting less than 3 rounds as defenders, then something's going horrifically wrong for you. But a 3-3 score on border is nothing to be too upset about whatsoever. But I think that 3-3 scoreline on Villa, which is what we had at the end of the first half, where Ouroboros were defending, that is, they won't be so happy with that. But I think they're also going to understand that it's not their map pick, so... they don't want to read into it too much.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Alright, let's move into this one. We are going to be going out to the archives and armory initially for the defense. We are going to get sets on Maestro Havoc's on the smoke. We're going to get Freaky on Jaeger, Nuggle on the Clash, and Madman on the dot. On the other side, Slasher on Buck. We've got the Thatcher of Bubby. We've got Mad Mouse on Zofia, Heisenberg on Thermite, and we've got Pieta on the Ash. We didn't see a lot of Ash last time around. Or unless I'm being a muppet and I've got banned, but I don't.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left before insertion.
Well, let's see. Get into our first action phase.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser. Attackers objective.
A little bit of information there. Manages to get back in time. Doesn't give any intel away that he'd done anything. But I kind of like that. We can get some intel because people are crawling around on the west balcony. We find something else. So that's cute.
Reload.
See if we can get ourselves on the outside to find out where is everything coming from. We've got 3 players moving in south. Here upstairs, looks like Babu and Slasher. Downstairs on the outside. Take a closer look at the defenders too. Sets playing anchor. Got Havoc's. Let's see where Havoc's is positioned just yet. Oh, there he is. He's in the archives. Freak over in security. We've got Clash in the hallway. Madman working alongside. They've opened up actually all of these angles over into the offices too. There's a lot of information to be shared. Not waiting for it to be opened up by the attackers at all. They want those angles to work with themselves. And as you can see, Madman they can look through break room as well. Time out. A couple more soft wall holes. Nuggle is just chilling at the moment. I don't think he's had to move his mouse for the best part of a minute and a half.
Loading mag.
Again, Ouroboros, they're slow, careful, they deliberate before they're forcing themselves into an attack. They haven't got themselves into their offices. They haven't got themselves into break room just yet. We are going to, however, see Heisenberg pick up the first kill. And now they want to start getting some of that positional control. They've got themselves a frag. Now get some of the area. Make it yours. Jetta is in there as well in the break room. Open up one wall here on security. Give them possibly a line of sight better towards the armory. It's all soft wall. All soft wall over here. And there's Nibal actually sitting in the armory as well. Heisenberg being pretty aggressive actually with the thermite. I expect to hang back a little bit more. He's happy to push forward. Got gas grenades going out. Nibal there is doing a huge nuisance. Another exothermic going on soft wall on this occasion, so it is now open for the taking. Gator pushing it. We suddenly get a whole spree of frags. Setsu manages to get himself a bunch. Now it's no time left.
You are out of time.
The clock had ticked down. All of a sudden, almost everybody on the server just explodes. You see that clash. Nibal just looking at them and it's like, yeah, and what, mate? You've run out of seconds. So many trades. How many kills does Sets get overall? 3 just within the space of a second and a half. It just all happened. And again, I just feel like there's just a little bit too much time being taken by Ouroboros. They're like, right, it's 2 minutes in. Now we want to go into break room. Now we want to have the sort of the map control element of it. And I just feel like they've got to achieve that a little bit sooner. Get a little bit more utility going into the likes of security and break room. Obviously, that's if archives and armory are being defended. And then you can work from there. Because I really feel like when we go over to see how we are playing, that they are going to be much faster at taking those positions.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
We are down to workshop now and ventilation.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Suspect we're going to get players holding it up above. Looks like the tension is going to get closed up. Madman's sitting upstairs. He's been very much of the left turkey sort. It looks like he's ready to maybe put a shutterbug out there.
10
Putting one in
seconds
security, actually. So they're probably going to be anticipating an attack from the south side first. And then I assume they're going to be looking to sweep the whole of the top floor before then coming crashing down into workshop and ventilation. Well, that's like the ideal scenario, but the thing is, the action phase has started. You want to see them getting into this second floor really, really quickly. Let's got myself in there a little bit. It will help open this up. And actually into offices. Where does Madman go eventually? He's over in archive, so we look like officers is a big focus straight away. I do like the IQ pick. This would be very, very good against the Valkyrie. And there's also a whole bunch of gadgets, in fact, to deal with. See there, getting the electronics detector. Where are the cameras? Where are the shutterbugs? Where are the ADS? Where are the neutrals? There's some holes being made from down below, so we might have some nitro cells going up. Looking for some kills. Nibal throws on high into the sky, but he's not going to find anything for it. So that nitro cell is dead. We've got none left on Val. And actually Havocs. There's so much utility already being used by the defenders.
EMP incoming.
Does manage to get the kill onto the ADS. They still have a decent amount of utility. Let's have a look. Yeah, still got
Attackers have
grenade.
located a bomb.
Skeleton key working, but does that matter? The frag grenade. We've got one frag grenade left. We are getting a Heisenberg. He's going to pick up the first blood. Nice shot call, but sadly it was missed our end as this exit hallway opens up. Heisenberg, can he get closer at the moment? Slasher's not done too badly. Look at all the damage is done to the ceiling. This is going to make things feel very, very small down here in vent server and workshop. And there's a push. He's going to drop down with him. There's Babu on the diffuser. Madman. Can he move around? There's a player covering up at the stairs. That's a really nice crossfire to hold. All three players going through workshop on the defensive side. Sets is there. Is going to manage to take down Slasher. There's one near passport control. I think that was Babu that took him down from there. Madman making it a 1 versus 3. It's a full 1v4 clutch that he's got to make happen. Caught once again on the crossfire. Ouroboros engineered that really nicely. I love the positioning up at the top of main stairs. I love the spot they looked to get the diffuser down as well. You know, people were being punished there. People were being punished hard to attack the diffuser. Fewer errors being made. And it looked just so difficult. There was a lot of effort being put into the security, I think, on the defense. You know, we had the Valcam there. That was ended up being a waste of utility for Valkyrie. But it was mostly, all right, we go into offices. And we construct downwards from there. All right, let's move into round 3, though. We are 1 for 1 right now. We are going to go to bathroom tellers.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
The set's already heading well up. I suspect there's going to be a lot of officer events going on. And maybe some break room as well.
Attackers have located a bomb.
On top of that. Gonna be closing off there onto the east corridor, but there is a hatch. I suspect they want to keep that hatch open.
5 seconds to go.
Just checking to see where the drones are
Attackers
at.
have recovered their diffuser. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Actually, a lot of effort being put into the armory too. So they're going to have a huge amount of vision looking down at tellers. That bathroom is also very much closed off. Quick look all the way. It is Sets who's leading the way on frags. Nothing being sought for with runouts. Maybe Sets is thinking about something. Mad Mouse moving in. And they know they've got a hard job. Basically, if they clear upstairs, they win the round. As far as they're concerned. Only really Havoc's who's lurking up there. Oh, I think Freaky Jaeger is downstairs too. Time to open up those walls. Get another angle. Looking all the way through armory. With nothing that they can benefit from. Oh, player found. Not fully punished though. That is Freaky on half HP. Havoc is going to be found by Pietro. A lot of opening kills from him at the moment, but it's going to be traded off. Try to put himself somewhere. Oh, the impact grenade. Good play there from Nobel. Tying up on the kills. And spamming through towards the corridor. A lot of angles to be cautious of. But that is Sets picking up one. Mad Mouse on his knees for a second. 2 players left for the attackers. The player jumps across, goes down to the hatch. Where's Slasher at? Such low players to work with. Gonna have to remove that goo mine when possible. That's some additional information for them to work with. Sets does fall. Mad Mouse is super, super low. They're gonna go and finish the job on that. I'll get taken down. Is their time trying to find? There we go. Bind's working. It's really just Madman who's got that health advantage at the moment. Trying to find a way in. Freaky picking up one. Now Mad Mouse looking for the 1v2 blocks. There is some time to work with, but they're just not finding the angles. They're not able to track down exactly where the players are, and it's making it so difficult to enter into fights. There's no Pico advantage whatsoever over there. IQ just running out, and it's like, yeah, where am I going to find them? There's no information for them to share around, it seems. So he's just running like a headless chicken into the fight. So we do get Wee getting themselves onto a single round advantage. Oh, I need to get this bracket out. You know what? I might do that here in the downtime. I'm gonna act as your bot. Okay? Just gonna tiny URL that thing a little bit because that URL is nuts. Alright. I'll get us into the spectator. The sounds will okay, no, I won't be able to. I'll just paste it. Spam me if you want bracket. If I see someone do the bracket command, I'll just get it done in chat. All gravy. Got Madman on the dock on this occasion. We do get back up to Armory Archives.
10 seconds to go.
See, I believe they lost out on this round in round. No, it was round 2. It was Vent's workshop that they lost out. So they were successful at defending this earlier on. It was when Ouroboros were taking forever to actually get themselves through into break room with security, just any element of map control whatsoever. So I'd like to see them pushing it a little bit faster. Players very spread at the moment. They would take out those external cameras, and now the droning can occur. There's Freaky left to be holding security. Madman and Nightbot, this clash work from them has been decent. I'd almost consider even banning clash away from them. Nightbot's been very, very effective with this operator. Sets can just chill in the corner. That's Evil Eyes to play with. So they've made it into customs. They're getting into downstairs. So I'll spam out, spots the Evil Eye. There's information there to work with. And I think it's Freaky. Still sitting in this room. He's got teammates as well very close to him. So there should be some refragging capabilities. But at the moment, it just feels like Ouroboros are waiting for some positional errors, holding angles for a long period of time. And unfortunately for them, in the first minute and a half, not getting much done. So this could end up being what it was before. Now they're looking, okay, we can get ourselves into offices. Do that. 5 players this side of the map. One-dimensional push, but you can't argue the amount of firepower they have got coming behind that.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Where's that going? I think that's going directly in. Yep. Directly into archives. ADS out. Madman. He locks down frag number 1. Where's Madman holding from? He's here in break room. They've got so many angles to work with. They can see everything across the top floor of the map. And again, Nightbot just there, staring at them in the face, making life difficult for them.
Changing mags!
Oh, Havoc's to take down Slasher. No luck yet taking down Nightbot. Madman eventually gets flagged out. Can't win the aim fight. Freaky picks up 1. Now Mad Mouse. There's everything to do. Little spam out, and here we go. Nightbot doing everything. Oh, the team kill. Team kill is just like, you know what? I got this, mate. I got this down. I'm doing this for the greater good. And it's like, yeah. You weren't expecting that. Like, a good portion of me thinks that was very much planned. Not necessarily by the entire team, but definitely by Freaky. So it's good news at the moment for Team Wee Wee. They got themselves 3. If they get themselves 1 more, I think they're looking solid. Get themselves 5, they're looking immense. And they are going to Vents Workshop. They did end up losing that last time. I think that was the one very convincing round that we've had for Ouroboros. But otherwise, the attack's been kind of few and far between strikes. I mean, round 1 was very, very close, but you just had an eyeball sitting there with the shield out at the end. It was the last push where we saw 8 frags happening in about the space of 5 to 6 seconds.
Bomb located by attackers.
Exit hallway's going to be covered up. Detention 2.
Left.
We've got no clash on this one. Mute taken by
no
clash. Okay, action phase now entering.
Attackers are heading out to defuse the bomb.
Again, I do beg for that sense of urgency from Ouroboros. We have got a Capital that can have some good zoning control over that. That's something they maybe been missing a little bit. Don't dislike the Capital pick. Madman, how aggressive does he want to get? He has got to watch out for that self-destruction. He has now been spotted. Yeah, I think he got caught out there. They got a small whiff of him then. Madman's gonna have to reposition himself a little bit. Do not want to be read too easily. Madman. He's just running around. Some more destruction coming in. Slasher has made it into offices. Freaky is going to be able to take down one. Possible repeat. There's a play right out there. So close. Again, timing bad from Freaky's going to feel like he's totally surrounded. Slasher eventually gets him out. So Jaeger is dead, but some good damage has been done from his cause. There's a player down there. Madhouse was right to check the angle. Spotted him. Now has to leg it a little bit more. There's one player found. There's two as well. And Mad Mouse is not able to actually get any of the frags going just yet. The goo mine's slowing him down. He's low on health. We've got a minute to go, so at least on this occasion they're giving themselves a fighting chance with time left on the board. And Mad Mouse are just waiting for a bit of curiosity from the defenders. Slasher is just using pretty much all his skeleton key. Yeah, mate, you're running out of information that you're going to be able to find. Switched away from skeleton key now. Going for the drop. It's going to be found straight away. Now Mad Mice looking to get in. Not going to be able to do anything. Strong defense, but super disciplined play from them on defense, actually. I really, really like it. I feel like Ouroboros are just waiting for errors so much. Well, they're not being proactive and seeking the gunfight, so they're forcing, and it feels like they're like, okay, you're being really, really slow now, but we want you to make those first moves. You make those moves, and then we'll look to punish you afterwards. But we are not going to step a foot out of line unless you do. And there's nothing forcing them to do it as well. First map score, yeah, it was 7-4. Sorry, Furious Smoke. Cheers, man. He's got it. (4-1) right now, though, for Wee Wee. They've been looking excellent. They could get just a little more excellent as well if they can take this round. They can be 2 rounds away then from pushing themselves through
to locate and defuse as many
to
bombs
the next round, to the quarterfinals. And just to quickly look, I want to see if there's any. Again, we're an hour and a half into the round. We do have our first results out. Click has beaten Light. They got a 2-0. They are 3rd seed going versus 14th seed. They're the first ones to make themselves through to the quarterfinals.
10 seconds insertion.
Unless Ouroboros are able to start getting something done, then they have got a one-way ticket to the lower bracket. Losing the series doesn't mean you're out, of course. Lower bracket just means that's your last life.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb.
But then you've got to get it done there. Going out to the lower bracket after first round, I mean, that means you've got like the maximum amount of games possible to play if indeed you're able to get yourself through to the end of the tournament. A lot of gunfire now on this occasion. Heisenberg Babu out south. Pushing through to the top. Hey, Peter. There's a player there. Should be able to spot something. Go for that spam angle. He's got he's too quick. He's not going for it. Babu's going to need to get closer soon. That's a minute of time killed. Still not too many steps forward have been taken. Okay, I lie. Slasher is in Fountain. Madman the one holding downstairs for the moment, but all the action is in the top floor. There's one found. Babu is going to get onto the board. Another one push up. Babu's just like, alright, cheers. Headshot. Easy for me. So our teammate just checking. Is everything okay? Yeah, mate. Everything's more than fine right now. Babu could be dragging them across the finish line of the half with an extra round. Thanks to his good plays. But Madman still does not finish this.
Defender is approaching a kill zone.
Two players downstairs. Madman is the one looking to make action happen for the side of Wee Wee. A little bit of information starvation. Now opening up into inspection from Passport. Checking out the cubby. Nothing there just yet.
Reloading!
Madman. Soon to be on the flank, especially with 15 seconds left to go. They need to get themselves in. These gas grenades are hurting a lot. That is going to be Babu lost. Peek around the corner. Gas grenade hurting. Running through to get the diffuser. Has to get the goo mine out. And that is going to be it. Sets takes down 2 people at the end of round 6. Wee Wee put themselves 2 rounds away from closing out this round of 16 match. Very, very good defensive side. Really interesting to see the contrast now than when with Wee Wee attacking. They seem to be super fast, highly effective at the drone phase before we get to action phase. And they just take a position straight away. They got someone droning in for them, and then go, right, guys, get in. Jump into the map. Now we have some positional control. And now we can work from this. It's something we can build some foundations from. I believe the next, the quarterfinal is scheduled for 8 p.m. GMT or 9 p.m. CET. I suspect, though, a lot of those will start late because
Defenders, protect your
best
bombs
of 3 is
from
going to take
being
up to
defused
3
by
hours.
attackers.
So. And there are some close games that are going on. I suspect if Wee Wee right now, it looks like it's going to be Wee Wee versus Force. There's going to be a really sick game happening next. So definitely stick around. No one's told me I have to get off that game, so I'm going to assume I still have it on lockdown. Otherwise, I might look at lower bracket games, because I know as we go through the winner bracket, ESL Studios and priority streams are gonna be able to take whatever they want.
10
But I'm really
seconds.
glad I have the opportunity to actually cover these
5
open
seconds
qualifier
left before
playoffs.
insertion. Attackers
We are
recovered the bomb diffuser.
upstairs
Attackers objective is to
here for
locate a
the
bomb and defuse it. Defenders
first
left
round of the
area
half.
of operation.
Ouroboros. Obviously only to choose that. They've gone with a Legion Bandit Jaeger Falcon Maestro. Line up. That brought straight into the Capitale. Did they manage to take down that? I think they killed off that Shutterbug actually. Claymore there by Sets. Makes it safe now to attack Armory from this position.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Good, there's a golden amount of information that Sets can do. If he waits for a rotation of some sort, this could be really, really painful. Like, Havoc's also making his way in. So Armory's being attacked by a couple of areas. Madman. Oh, Madman is upstairs, my bad. I thought he was going up the staircase.
Bomb located by attackers.
There's no hold at all on break-in security. They decided against that. We've got officers, a lot of people positioned in archives and armory. Now the EMP's coming in. So who's going to be at the forefront of this attack? Some droning in, some really, really good information there. The drone goes down, but that is a ton to work off of. Diffuser goes down for just a second. There it is. Havoc's cooking it off. It looks like Freaky is distracted and wants to look elsewhere.
Attackers are activating the bomb diffuser.
But that diffuser's down. Now the defenders have to play. Kato is down the stairs. Is going to be able to find Freaky. That's one big kill. Heisenberg as well. Going to run into the head. Is going to land the headshot. It's essentially a 3 versus 1 though, with Sets remaining. Oh, Nightball, he's actually still up. He's got health left. I just assumed he was down, but Sets picks up 2 more. And that is going to be wee putting ourselves now onto match point. Looked at the HP on the overlay and I was like, Nightball is dead. He's lying down. He's squealing on the floor. But apparently he was still working. He was still smashing things. Sets on 11. He's top fragged in Villa. Top fragging now in Border. Really, really fantastic series from him so far. On the attack now. We're going to go back to Armory and Archives. It's been very good work. They're looking to close this out 7-1. I was saying in the last map, I was like, we're not going to have some one-sided games here. I feel like even though the seedings are different, and remember guys, the seedings are Wee 12th and Ouroboros 5th. So Ouroboros are got a much higher seeding. But obviously you've got to take into account, okay, how many qualifiers have been played in total. You've got to, like, what kind of games are you playing in this qualifier? Seeding is helpful, but it doesn't tell the entire story. It to keep themselves alive in the game.
10 seconds to insertion.
There is much to be done.
5 seconds to go. Attackers recover the.
And now they actually do
Attackers
have a
are
little
moving
bit
out
of
to locate a bomb and defuse
presence in security. There's something they were lacking with a lot last time. Someone's not taken their jacket as well. Who is it that doesn't have the jacket? I don't know if I can actually tell. Oh wait. It's you, Slasher. Forgot to pick it up, but now he's got his spot in security. Okay, they're pressuring this a lot. You can see how vigilant they are in terms of getting that utility in. Trying to force them to feel uncomfortable. That is freaky as well, searching for an angle. The player right above, trying to spray around. Havoc's got the drone on as well. A lot of pinging out happening too. love. Flare spot goes to the spam. I think he also gets spammed back there, so Heisenberg and him both taken down to half HP. Getting caught out from security. Nibel's got to be really, really careful. That smoke's going to help him quite a lot. He's going to start moving in, but he is looking to open up a frag. Let's play right by monitors. Spots on the side, has to call that one out. Heisenberg's going to spam through the smoke, I think he did. And the smoke had just faded away. Ouroboros needed this. They needed this urgently. Skeleton key's almost been entirely used now.
Drop the bomb diffuser.
And that is going to be Havoc's falling as well. So right now, Ouroboros is looking good to take a round, but they've got to have a perfect half from here on in. Freaking sets have so much to do. Downstairs, trying to find something to work with here. Breaching round going to be used, but nothing found, and that's all the breaching rounds left. Whoa, there was a realm where headshots were hit. Madman and Slasher are going to trade off fully. Sets also gets one, so suddenly a couple get taken down, but we are going to be on Freaky on the Ash. Does find a player. 1 versus 2.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Does he know where those enemies are, though? Tossing around, I think he hears something. He's being attacked from the side. Does find a headshot. Now going to find another. Quick turnaround 180 there from Freaky. That's GG. Successful 1v3. 7-1. Right at the end. For the scoreline. Freaky just goes absolutely nuts there. Was not expecting an explosive end when Ouroboros lining up possibly one of the most comfortable rounds of the map. Apart from they had one very good offensive round on workshop and ventilation, they looked fantastic in that in that round. And I thought, okay, that's early on in the map. That seems like a really put together offensive round, but unfortunately they were not able to offer. Oh God, we're not able to offer stat again. But congrats still to Wee. They're going to make themselves through. Let's see if the next match is likely to come up yet. We have nothing showing us that, that's completed yet. I think the other game that we're waiting on is on twitch.tv/Rainbow6ES. So I'm going to check that out in a moment and see how they're doing in terms of completing their series. But otherwise, beautifully done. I wasn't expecting it to be as convincing as that. They're attacking rounds. You can see there's a lot more purpose with everything they're doing. There's just no crazy deliberation. They're not waiting for the mistakes. They're forcing the mistakes themselves. Not waiting like, oh, is this guy going to just rotate quickly and I'm going to be able to take off a head and hopefully deal some damage? It felt like Ouroboros were doing that a little bit too much. I don't know. It's a step. You get there. It's not a bad thing to do, but I felt like too much of what they were doing relied on the failures of Wee being applied to their success. Whereas you've got to be, as I've said, taking that proactive approach, getting that map control.